All right, what's up there, guys? Chase here, and we got one of our bros from the certification as well in the call. If you'd like to
You.
introduce yourself.
My name is Roy. I'm an SEO bro trying to be an SEO pro.
Yeah, so we might be seeing a little bit of more of Roy in the future on the channel. But anyways, yeah, so we're just gonna go over a couple audits that some people asked me to do. Obviously, if you want to get an audit, I'll leave a link in the description. But yeah, so we give away audits to very specific people as long as they're like within the criteria that we're looking for. And the first website that we're going to be looking at today is a weird German website, I guess. So let me just copy the link here and plug it in here. So actually this website's based in Ireland, and the guy said that the hen party and stag party basically means bachelor party and bachelorette party in Ireland. So we're trying to rank for things around bachelor parties, I guess, in Ireland. Now, what we're doing, as you know, Roy, is we're just doing the phase one, so we're not going to be going into anything too specific. We didn't ask for their analytics or anything, so we're not going to be like doing anything too crazy here. But I think we already
Gotcha.
started the audit over here. Started looking at some of the uh, competitors here, so we can see. And the way we got these competitors, do you have any idea how we got them?
That would be like going into Ahrefs, putting in your domain, and then going to competing domains.
Yeah, except watch what happens when we do that. So let me show you. Let's go to Ahrefs,
Or I guess
dashboard.
another way too is like if you're looking for the keywords you want to rank for, and then you grab like the number one, two, three, and four positions or something.
So yeah, if you look at the competing domains, you'll see because this page isn't really ranking for anything, you're not really getting a lot of data here. Except we got one page.
Okay.
So if we look at this, we have illustrations by something. So that's not really good. So what would be the other way to do it?
I guess you would go to the Keyword Explorer
Okay.
and put in like the keywords that you would ideally want to rank for.
Okay, so what would be some of those
Which
keywords?
I guess maybe like this is like a local business in Ireland, right? Or Germany.
Yes.
Would we put in like bachelor party and then whatever city they're in, and then like bachelorette party?
Well, again, because it's in Ireland, they call it something else. So
Okay.
you'd probably want to do something like hen party or something. So we put that in there. We can see the keyword difficulty 7. Now, if we scroll down, we can actually see who's ranking for this. So if we look at one of
Yeah.
the websites, you'll see it's henit.ie. So let's go check that out, henit.ie. Bella, go do that somewhere else. My dog's chewing on something. Okay, Ireland's leading hen company. So this is perfect. So we can take them. Obviously, they're going to be a competitor. We put them there. Now, how do we get the other ones based off that? Because some of these aren't, the ones that we have over here are not in there.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do?
Well, would you do stag party now?
So no, what I did is I actually just took the person who was ranking, brought him back to the site explorer, put the URL in, and
Oh,
then
okay, and
and
then
then I
you
looked
do.
at their competitors since they're ranking,
Oh,
right?
okay, smart.
So now we have all the closest ones related to that. So like the Foxy Hen, boom.
And what is the DR for Hennet?
It was uh, 32.
And they're like one or two right now, right?
For the main keywords, I'll go look at the keywords they're ranking for here. and hen
I
party.
mean, I guess if the keyword difficulty is like 7, then I guess they don't need like too much. But
So check it out. So if we look at
my main question is like,
yeah, go ahead.
it was just like, if you have like a brand new site or a really low authority site, I mean, hitting like a 30 to 35 DR is gonna take a while. So you're just gonna want to like target the lower competitive keywords.
So again, remember how I was saying if you're like within a 6 range, you should be target, like if you're in like a UR DR 6 range, then you want to target that keyword.
Okay.
Do you remember how I said that?
Like within 6 digits of where you are.
Okay, so if your UR or your DR is within like a 6 range, meaning like 6, UR6, DR6, then your
Oh, yeah,
keyword
yeah.
difficulty is probably going to be around that, right? Keyword difficulty 6.
Gotcha.
Okay, so if this website has a UR and a DR of like 30 or 40, it doesn't matter because the keyword's still 6.
Gotcha.
So if we look and
Okay.
see what's ranking, we can click on this, I believe. Let's see. SERP. I guess it won't do it. I guess we have to click on the keyword. So if we go and see what's ranking for this keyword, we can see there's actually a website that has a DR and UR of less than the other site right here, and they're ranking above them. Or this one right here, 4 and 7, DR4, UR7, and they're in position 6. So there's a lot of cases where you can actually have really low UR/DR and still outrank people. A good example of this is like my web design site. So if we go over here, we look at web design Colorado Springs. I ranked this in a month, and the DR, well, when this was ranking, was actually at the UR was at like 3. But you can see position 2 and keyword difficulty 13. So as long as you're, and then if you look at, let's see the competitors for this. See what they are at. So
Now,
83, 15, look at 54, 26, 53, 38. These websites should be ranking way above this based on that metric, right?
Yeah.
But they're not because there's other metrics that are involved in this, like content, click-through rates, bounce rates, internal linking, internal anchor tags, like a bunch of stuff. So just because you see a website that has like 30 or 40 DR, UR doesn't mean that you're going to be able to. You just want to go within your range. So if you have a keyword difficulty of 13 and your page is at about a 13, chances are if you're doing SEO right, you'll be able to rank for it pretty easily.
Okay. And is there like different criteria when it comes to like doing that with a local website versus a national website?
Is there a difference between like the targeting?
Like the ranking factors. Like I imagine for web design Colorado Springs, obviously you're probably doing some kind of like review generation strategy, which I know you said helps a lot. But if you're doing like a national keyword and you don't have the like Google My Business rankings, is there anything else that you would do besides like the review generation?
Yeah. So I mean, the way you want to rank stuff is really just based on what else is already ranking. So like, let's say you wanted to rank for blue shirts, and you are starting to do like, let's say a blog post. Let's say the only things you were worried about is like, okay, I think that based on what I'm seeing, I need like 1,500 words of content. I need like UR like 10, DR 30 or whatever based on the other site. Like you don't want to just think about one thing. What you want to think about is like how closely can you match what this other website's doing, not just in terms of like one metric like URDR, just like word count, that kind of thing. You want to actually see what are these people doing really well. So like let's say this takes you to a product page with a layout that looks like this. Let's say they have a menu that looks like this. Like the way things usually rank is because they're ranking based on what's already working well and what people are doing well. Like if you look at a YouTube video and you see like a consistent theme of something that's working, like we were talking about the other day, like if we look and see like Neil Patel and then Brian Dean, and what are they all doing? They're all doing like the stand-up videos where it's like that, right? It's the exact same thing. Shaving their heads, right? Yeah, you got to shave your head. But they're all doing that sort of exact same layout, right? Now, when you think about that, you're like, okay, I want to compete with Brian Dean. Generally, you're not going to go and be like, okay, well, I'm just going to go completely reinvent the wheel, or I'm just going to say, oh, his titles are working really well, so that's what I need to copy. You're going to think like, oh, I need to probably copy his layout. I need to copy his video. I probably need to copy how his titles are working, maybe his descriptions, see how he's responding to comments. Like, it's never just one thing. It's not like you're just like,
right.
Do you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't think about it from like, oh, well, I need 1,500 words. I need a DR, UR 10. It's like, look at the entire layout that somebody's doing and try to figure out how you can mimic that.
Right.
With obviously providing value in your own way, but like.
Yeah, like it's kind of subjective based on what you're trying to rank for. Like you really just got to go and look sometimes.
No, yeah, you always have to go look. Like, it's very important to figure out like what is working for other people, so that you can use that in your own strategy. So like some of my most successful times that I've been able to rank things was when I was hold on, trying to send this out on ManyChat, and for some reason it's making me tag. How do I get rid of this shit? Let me try this again. New broadcast, messenger. What is this? Oh, you just put your tag here now?
Can you do no tag?
What is going away after? I don't even know. This is really weird. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, whatever. All right. So some of my most successful like SEO ventures was when I just completely copied what other people were doing. So like for instance, like when I first started my computer website, what did I do? Like when I wanted to rank for computer repair in the town that I was in, what do you think the first thing is that I wanted to do? Do you think I just wanted to like just create a brand new website, all the design, like all that? Like look, it's still ranking. It's right there. I didn't.
You just want to rip off whoever's number one.
Well, you don't want to rip them off. Like you don't want to like completely take everything that they've done. But like if something's working for somebody, if something's working for somebody, then it's a clear indication that you can take some sort of their direction and use it as a way to understand what sort of layout you probably need. So like, look at this. This person had, computer services, all the different services on their website. They had virus removal. They had, a phone number on the sidebar. Like, and then I looked at the other person. I was like, okay, what are they doing? Let's go check them out.
It's like the exact same thing.
It's like the exact same thing. Look at. So the thing is like if you can see that this is working well for two of the top people and it's like very similar, the chances are that it's like, okay, they've probably spent so much time on this that it makes sense that you would probably want to copy a similar layout.
Right.
So I did that and I wound up ranking. I was like number 2 or 3 back in the day before I took that site down. It's still on the map for some reason. And then like, for instance, when I was like, okay, well, I was working with a fishing website. It's called PelicanAlaskaFishing.com. Right. And so these people had a local fishing lodge and they needed to build up their authority, right? So how do you build up authority for a local website? Like, what's the easiest way to build up authority for a local website? If you don't do link building, producing content, but not only producing content, but producing national content, because national content will give you the ability to start bringing in an audience that you can use to build your authority out on a local level. Right. So I was like, okay, let me look up some keywords that these people could rank for. So I was looking up some keywords. I'm like, okay, well, fishing tips for beginners had a pretty easy search rate. So I was like, okay, let's try, I was just looking up fishing and fishing tips, that kind of thing, right? So look at this, 6 keyword difficulty. So I was like, well, heck yeah, I'm going to go for that. And so we just put together a list. What did I do? As I went, I Googled it. I Googled fishing tips for beginners, and I found there was different people who were doing this, fishing tips for beginners. There was like 10 tips, 20 tips, but ideally, look at this. They're number one right now. But ideally, what you're doing is you're like, okay, well, everybody who's ranking, it's just based on tips, and the more tips that are on here, the higher they're ranking. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna try to beat all these people. I'm gonna do like 30 or 40 tips. I'm gonna try to shoot for 40 tips. And I reached out to a bunch of websites. I was like, hey,
Right.
just leave me a tip if you can. I didn't ask for links or any of that stuff. And I put it all in a post. I just literally just put it on. Look at that. Just this with some pictures, whatever. And this post has been getting them like, look how much traffic this post has got them, because they're not just ranking, as you said, as we remembered before, they're not just ranking for one keyword or one search phrase, but they're ranking for multiple, because if you can rank for one, you can rank for multiple. And so their traffic basically went from that locally to this on a national level, which brought them a lot more authority and helped them rank locally. And
Now,
I can.
was that off of like multiple blog posts or just that one?
That's just that one blog post. So if we look
Oh
and
wow.
see the top pages, you can see that this one page is bringing in 604 keywords. And then we made another one for halibut fishing. But look at best halibut fishing in
Okay.
Alaska. And so we were able to rank locally for that just by bringing in authority for something like just the keyword fishing tips. Like it's ranking for that now, which is insane. And it's a local website. So again,
Right.
my point here is like, look, because this is really important. A lot of people really get stuck on this. They go into like, a SEO tool, or they go into Ahrefs, and they're looking at all these metrics. They're looking at all this stuff. They're like, well, if I could only, just get a 12 DR, or if I could only get like a, 1,200 words of content. It's not about that, bro. It's about figuring out what's working for other people, replicating it in a way, and then improving upon it. Because ideally, you want to take what's already working and try to make it better. That's the whole point of optimizing something. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, anyways,
It would
back.
probably it would be cool if we like put together a list of like okay, if you want to rank for this keyword, we go to like who's number one. Obviously, like we could use Benchmarketer to get the number of images, words, whatever, etc. And then like have a list of like things you can do to, like you said, improve or optimize that thing, like adding in links or some kind of like infographic or a video or something like that. Um, that way you can like look at a list and be like, okay, I can do this, this, and this.
Yeah, but the problem with the list is like, what if you're okay? So let's say in the list you're saying, okay, let's put an infographic or something on there, because we know that based on like average research that infographics help improve site rankings. Well, what if like the infographic is for something like, let's say the search was like, books for blind people, right? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, obviously, this is like a really, random case. But the point is that
Yeah.
people who are going to be trying to find this aren't going to be able to read infographics. So,
Well, I guess a better question is like, what would be like your top 3 things that you would do to improve?
no, the top one thing is like, stop thinking about a checklist. Stop thinking about like, you know, stop thinking about like some tip you learned from Brian Dean or Neil Patel, last year or something like that. Like, that's not what ranks websites. What ranks websites is creativity and innovation, because you need to figure out what is making somebody rank in the first place, and is it something you can even improve. The reason why KDs are usually so high is because people will figure out how to make the best thing for that. And so for you to make something better than that, it usually takes a lot of effort. Like let's say you wanted to go after Brian Dean's keywords. Let's go backlinko.com. And you can see a lot of the keywords he's ranking for are just like huge keyword difficulty, like press release, right? So let's say we want to rank for press release with keyword difficulty 67, and we take away thinking about like what the word count is or the UR or DR or any of that stuff. Now, if we look and see what's out here, usually these posts are like, okay, this shit is ranking just off authority, unfortunately. But for the most part, if we look at like Wikipedia or HubSpot or like Brian Dean, these are usually like massive resources that are going to be like look at this and
Yeah,
like
like just fucking novels length.
right like
That's how like all of Ahrefs posts are.
yeah. So like so the point I'm trying to make, man, is like if you want to beat Brian Dean, you have to first become Brian Dean and then become better than him. So if you want to compete with that,
Right.
you just have to know that. Same thing with like if you want to be the Alaska fishing website. If you want to be the Alaska fishing website and rank for things like, let's say fishing tips or whatever it is, you have to first become the website, meaning like you have to have a fishing website in the first place that probably does similar things, internal links like they do, has similar services like they do, have similar products, yada yada, create similar posts, probably better, because then at that point then you want to improve. Okay, they're doing 40 tips, you're doing 80. Their homepage is doing this, you're doing that. You're improving. That's how things rank. But don't think about it like, oh, checklist, number 1, add infographic. Checklist number 2, optimize title tag. Like that's a waste of time. That's how people like,
Yeah.
just don't actually end up. The whole goal of optimization is like helping people, right? If you're just
Yeah, like
thinking about
good user experience.
if you're just thinking about checklists, you're usually forgetting about people, right? Because you're like, okay, well, infographic, yeah, and then click through title tag, and then, what if that has nothing to do with the people who are actually searching for what? Like again, let's say you're putting an infographic on something about like blind audiobooks for blind people, right? You're not helping them. No, that's what I'm being serious though, because this is really how a lot of SEOs think. They go, oh, got to do this, I got to go do that, and it's like, no, the checklists are supposed to be a guideline, but at the end of the day, if you want to win,
Yeah.
you have to figure out who's doing what and try to beat their strategy.
Yeah, dude, like that's kind of like how I meant to ask the question originally. It's like not so much like, hey, give me 5 tips that I can do to like you know, technically win this keyword, but I see what you mean. Like you see what they're doing. If they've got a blog post and there's no H1s, there's no H2s, there's no images, like you go in there, you add your own content that's written better, and you make it more user friendly. And then like that's how you're improving it, because you're making it user friendly. People can read it, they can scroll down, look at the H1 tags, um, and they stay longer. I mean, I'm sure there's just a lot you can do for each particular case, but I agree with you that it should be more focused on improving the user experience, as well as like providing your own value or your own expertise on whatever keyword you're trying to rank for.
Right. Yeah. Just really figuring out, okay, well, if this, hen site or something is the something that we want to rank, we need to figure out, okay, why is this strategy working well for somebody else first? Is it because they're doing this sort of thing? Are they getting a lot of traffic from Facebook that's, people are leaving reviews off that? Like you want to dive into your competitors and see like what are these people doing that really is going to make or break their strategy, and like how can we take the things that are working for them and put it into our own strategy and then improve on that based on our checklists. Like the checklist should come after you really like hit your limit on what you think you can do, if you know what I'm
Right.
saying. But anyways,
So
yeah.
would you would would you say that like the competitor research is more like phase 3?
Yeah, so phase 3 is like content related competitor research. So like this is where you look at all their keywords and you're like figuring out, okay, this is the things we want to rank for.
Gotcha.
But then you could also do like phase 4 competitor research, like authority hacking, which has to do with how they're building their authority. So like, let's say we were going into phase 4 for Brian Dean. What we'd be looking at is like, okay, how is he getting his opt-ins? So, where's he getting all of his traffic from? You know, what is his user engagement strategy? Obviously, he's getting a bunch of comments and responding to them. You know, is he taking his posts and then also repurposing them on YouTube? You can see this is like, you know, the email sign up that he's using. You kind of just want to figure out like, you know, what are they doing to really build out their authority besides just like what you're seeing on the page. And one way you can actually see this is you can, I think it's called Similar Webs. It'll actually show you where they're getting a lot of their traffic from. So we go here, plug it in to here. Let's see if we can. All right, so you can see where they're getting most of traffic from: United States, India. You can see they're getting traffic from like guest posts on these different sites. Most of their traffic's organic. Here's the main keywords. That's not really that important, but look at this: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. So then you would start looking at seeing what they're doing on their social platforms that's working well for them. So like if we went on Brian Dean Facebook, let's see if we can find it. So like looks like he's probably using Messenger bots because it looks like a lot of it's from Messenger. So, you know, you take note of like what he's doing for his images. Is he like putting services on here? Is he doing like is he like boosting his stuff? What does his copy look like for his posts? You can see he's pinning it. See what his images look like, his open graph data, like all this stuff. Very important to look at, right? How's he talking to people? Because people, when they think about stuff, they're like, oh, well, SEO is just this one thing. Let's just think about it from like, you know, the page that's ranking. But it's like, you know, this could be a large part of his strategy is getting a bunch of people sent over doing user-generated comments. You know, half of his posts are other people commenting.
Right.
You know, you would even want to like opt into this and be like, okay, let me put my email in here and see what he's sending out. Like you want to see his whole strategy. It's not just about when you're doing marketing, you want to think about all the different ways people when you're doing SEO, you want to think about all the different ways people are doing their marketing, which ends up leading to, you know, their end result, which is ranking very well.
Got it.
But anyways, back to this audit. So if we go over here, we can see we already checked some of this stuff. So site redirects preferred version, they're good. They got a fave icon right there. They have a robots.txt file. Obviously, if we just check like that. Gosh, my cat's grabbing onto my jacket. I can't move my mouse. Sitemap included in robots.txt isn't happening. You know, all this stuff, yada, yada, yada. And then, you know, I don't usually for phase one ask people for their analytics, so I won't go in and look at their search console analytics because I just like I'm going to do that phase two. And the way I pitch this is like, you know, I tell them like, hey, I'll do phase one for free, but then you know if you want to get this other stuff, phase two is going to cost you about $500, and so that kind of makes it easy for me to be like giving them all these recommendations. Where I don't need anything. I don't need their analytics. I don't need their search console. I don't need any of that stuff. I can give them like a pretty big list just by having their website URL. So yeah, we stopped off looking at their Google My Business. So they were using the post capability. Let's see if they were answering questions. So let's go take their website and go find it on Google. There it is. And I know they had a question, so let's see if they responded to it, and they didn't. So we're going to go put a Z there. I don't think they're using promotions on here. I know they're posting, which Actually,
What is promotions on Google My Business?
I actually don't really know. I think it's the same as posting basically, so I'm just gonna get rid of that.
Oh, is it like where you have like, oh, like click here to get like a 10% off coupon
Oh,
or something
actually, you're right.
like that?
Thanks for reminding me. That's what it is. So let's actually put that back.
It's like a discount that they offer.
Continually posting content. They are. Let's look and see if there's images of the location. So we got one of the outside. They got inside photos. They should probably take a picture of like their parking. I mean, oh, actually, this isn't even a photo. I think this is just like a. This is what the street view.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it looks like they do here. Yeah, they're probably good on photos. All right, let's check their citations. Now, I don't know if Whitespark checks Ireland. We can check though. So we'll go whitespark.ca.
Let's say you update your business hours. Go through this process again.
If you update the business out, what do you mean?
Yeah, like remember how you said you want all your citations to match each other, but like you also said like, oh, if on Yelp you show that you're open from like 10 a.m. on Saturdays, but on Google you show that you're open from like 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. or something like that. Like how do you make sure that they're all matched up?
So yeah, you would just want to make sure that you have that all set up correctly. Like, what do you mean? How do you make sure? You just go in and change it, right?
Yeah, I mean if you do, there's like that one website that you use to purchase citations.
Right. Yeah. So that guy will actually he'll do something called a citation cleanup. So he'll go and make sure all your citations are correct over those different.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yep.
Because I haven't done those yet, so I was just curious about it.
Yeah. So like for instance, recently I asked him. I said, for one of the new clients that I have, he said, or I said, I need citation cleanup and your best package for this website. He said, sure, I will do that. Please share me the correct business details. And I gave him that. And then he said, do you have a list of the citations to fix? And I said, I don't, because that makes it easier for them, but they'll still do it anyways. So he's just going to go and do that. And he's going to send me a list of all the things that they fixed and all the things that they added.
Okay.
So it's pretty simple. But yeah, so we just put in we have to put in the business name now. So let's go do that. And there we go, search. And this takes a little bit to load, so we'll just leave that there for a second. We'll go check the page speed. So we'll use GT metrics, like so. And we're gonna go grab the website URL. What else do we got to do on here? So web design, it's mobile friendly. There's no site search. Where'd it go? Where did it go? There's no site search. It doesn't really make sense though for local sites, so it's probably fine. Breadcrumbs, they don't have, so I'd want to put that on there. Social media on site. Yep. Looks good. CTA above the fold for high traffic pages. We're just really looking at the home page. So yeah, looks good. Proper navigation, yeah, and then AMP, we don't need that. Weird, it's not testing it.
It's also testing from Vancouver, Canada. I don't know if maybe budget to Europe.
Maybe we have to try a different, maybe page speed insights or something. My cat's attacking my arm. It's like so tiny, but it's like so ferocious.
It's a kitten.
Oh yeah, it's super tiny. Okay, yeah, so this is really bad. 9. Holy cow.
But is that because it's testing it from like the US, or it should be pretty equal everywhere?
Well, this is Google's page speed tester.
Oh.
So
It'd probably just have huge images.
yeah, I don't know, but just copy it, put it in there. Yeah, I think this was actually done on the wrong side of the whatchamacallit, but whatever. Put that there. And then we'll check the citations. So view sources. So yeah, they only have 8 citations.
And you said you typically want like 40 or 50?
Yeah, so you want it definitely more than that. If you look and see who's ranking, there's probably like at least 30 or 40.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that audit's pretty much done. So we can call them, let them know. But yeah, so that one was pretty easy. Cancel out of this, I guess. So what I'll do is I'm just gonna call them and let them know. I'll be like, hey, and I can actually, if you want, I can get you on the phone call if you want to hear what the phone call sounds like pitching the $500 next step, because most people will actually buy that after they get the phase 1.
Yeah, that would be pretty interesting.
But if you want, I can actually give you, I think I have an extra one. Because I was telling you I'd hook you up with one. I tried calling a bunch of people, but unfortunately some of the numbers didn't like dial right because they're like in all these different areas. So I wasn't able to get like a hold of a lot of people. So I actually changed the audit intake to have them leave their email.
Oh, smart.
But if you want to do this one, I can actually watch you do it. It's and this guy actually said that he would probably do the $500 audit afterwards as well. So here's the website. Link it to you in Discord. And if you want, you can do the audit and I can watch and tell you what I think.
Okay. Let's do that.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, I'm like trying to click it like through the full screen.
Yeah, I think we just kind of bugged out on that one.
Cryo scan. Okay, let's do it. How do you want to do it?
So if you just want to share your screen.
Share my screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Turn off my screen share. Let me make sure I can change it here. Can you see it?
Yep.
All right, cool. this. Make a copy. Cool. Would you do like a screaming frog crawl for this right now, or don't even worry about that?
So first of all, you should go full screen because it's
Yeah.
kind of hard to look at. But yeah, I don't normally do Screaming Frog unless I need. Well, actually, yeah, you're gonna need to look at the URL structure.
Okay.
So I probably would actually.
Let me get a screaming frog crawl going.
Man, this screen's pretty blurry.
You know what? Here, let me zoom in.
Oh, it's more I think it's just the transfer rate. I think your internet might be slow, man. You should honestly do it.
It's because like you're streaming and share.
No, bro, I have a gig up, gig down.
I think I do too. Let me do well, I mean, I know I pay for a gig up, a gig
All
down.
right, let's both
but-
do page speed test or internet speed test right now.
Okay.
So even with my stream, I'm at like 400 down right now. Oh shit. Are you at 2 gigabytes?
No, this is this kilobytes.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah. It's like 220 megs down and 240 megs up. That's weird though, because I have Google Fiber in this neighborhood that I live in.
Yeah, I have fiber too.
Should be a lot faster. I don't know why.
Well, it still should be good. Huh. It's not blurry anymore now. I don't know. This is just weird.
Okay. So I'm opening up a Screaming Frog. Let me put that in here. Start. Okay, let's have that. In the meantime, let's go ahead and check this. Okay, that redirects. That redirects. So we're good. I'll do all this stuff out later. Initial, that's good. Fave icon. Is this BE their fave icon?
Yep.
I guess they have one. All right, that's good. Let's see if they got a robots.txt. They do, and they have a sitemap in there.
So one thing you should do though is, you know how there's an extra notes section? What do you, what's something you notice about the homepage?
They're this is like weird.
What? I can't see your mouse for some reason.
Like, not really. It's like in 28 minutes, and then that's
Yeah,
overlapping with the left.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you'd want to put a note there, because that's obviously not going to be in the audit template, you know.
Okay, we're gonna say CSS error on homepage. Okay. Have the sitemap included. And we're gonna check the sitemap.xml. Yep, this is good too.
Looks good. Obviously, you can't really see if there's any errors or anything with it because we don't have Search
Yeah.
Console, but
Okay, let's see if they've got a HTML sitemap in their footer. Oh. Check if they have an about page. I guess this would be a, yeah, they don't, I guess their website's like all one layer deep. So what would you actually consider this? Like, they've got a anchor that goes down to an about section, but it's not like a specific about page.
yeah. So I mean, they only have one page on their website, right? Just type in
Yeah,
site
pretty much
colon,
like a one-page site.
type site colon at the beginning of the website URL and see. Did you do a space? Because you just need to do the website without the space.
Oh.
So they got a lot of pages on the website. Oh, look at that.
Is this like, are they like hacked or something?
They got hacked.
Bush range feder.
So
Bush Ranger Federal?
all that stuff needs to be 410, and they also need to figure out if these are still being generated.
So we'll add this
Man,
in the
it's
notes.
so blurry, bro.
You got hacked. Check site index on Google. Okay.
So I think
that's not good.
I think what we should do though is maybe you just keep going through this, because honestly the screen's too blurry. But
Really? Hold on. I want to pull it up on YouTube. Maybe you can see. Oh.
See what I mean? You can barely see it.
Oh yeah. And there's like a lag.
Yeah.
Damn. That sucks.
Yeah. Well, the
What
thing is if you
wanna,
oh
you want to try switching to Zoom?
yeah, if you want to do Zoom, that's fine.
Okay. Because I feel like we should definitely.
Because on my on mine, I have a 1080p option, which I think makes it look a lot better.
Oh, here, let me see.
I think
have
you
that
might have
too.
to. Oh, you do?
Maybe maybe I forgot to check it. All right, hold on. How do I stop? More screen share options. Stop sharing. See, I don't have the stream quality thing because I don't pay for Discord Nitro.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, I bought the Nitro because I use it so much.
Let's just switch to Zoom. I'm gonna send you a link meeting.
Sure.
Okay, stop the share.
Okay, clicking on it now. Oh yeah, way better.
Okay, cool.
Hold on, I gotta go pee really quick. You can keep going though.
Okay. Guess we don't have an about page. Let's see if we've got a contact page. Don't even have a contact page. No. Let's go back to site. Oh. There's literally like 3 pages. What is all this? Translate? Huh. Okay, well, they've got 3 actual pages. The FAQs and the Home V2, which doesn't even work. I wonder if does the FAQ work? Let's see. Oh, FAQs work. So they have 2 pages. Do they have a terms of service page? Nope. And it doesn't look like they have a privacy policy page either. Do they have any unsecured content? They're good on that. So let me check Screaming Frog real quick. I've got this.
And back.
See if they've got. Nice. So I found out that they only have one index that doesn't even work, and then they have like 400 that are just some weird foreign language.
You should say for the extra note that what they need to do. So like, they need to check and see, or you should say site hacked. Check pages need to be 410 and see if they're still being generated.
Like the hacked pages?
Yeah, if they're still like showing, if there's still being more added to the site.
Gotcha. Now, off question, but like, they're being hacked. They've obviously got some like weird code injected. Where would you go, like, if you don't want to do it yourself? Like, who would you pay to get rid of that if they wanted it to be gone?
Like, what do you mean, like the 410s?
No, no, like all those weird pages that we saw.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, you would probably pay someone to get rid of all that.
Well, all those pages that you saw, you would just switch those to 410 codes, but for if
But it
they're
doesn't
being
even
still
look like
generated.
it doesn't even look like they're popping up.
Well, first of all, you should sort by HTML.
That's right.
Second of all, yeah, so if those pages aren't there anymore, it doesn't mean that they're not technically there. It just means that they're not being crawled. So that means like
Gotcha.
they're still like technically like they've been indexed on Google. So you still have to go and set 410 codes for those URLs.
Got it. Okay. I mean, if they haven't noticed that, they probably haven't logged into their back end in a while.
You should look into on Ahrefs and see if they got a traffic drop because of it.
Let's see.
I don't have any traffic in the first place. So it doesn't matter. Go to organic search and see. No, click on middle. No. Middle. Up, left, down. There.
Oh, there we go.
So yeah, at their highest point, they had like 14 keywords ranking.
24 people, and then just went. They've been at 0
Yeah.
for like the last month.
Keywords in
Now,
Japan.
This is, yeah, like this is interesting too. they ranked for some keywords here. Like you can kind of see that it's correlating down here.
Right.
And then what would cause them to go from like they start losing all these keywords?
I mean, it could be anything. Who knows? But probably a lot of it has to do with them getting hacked.
What's that one website that you use? And it's like you can like time travel. You can see
Oh,
like a
it's
website's
called
previous
Way
histories.
Back Machine.
Would that be a good case to do this?
Well,
Wayback Machine.
I don't know what you're thinking you're gonna find. That I mean, it's just gonna be an older version of the website.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was just wondering if they had like more posts or something to get these keywords.
Maybe, but yeah, I mean, the point
It's
is
probably all
like
from like here. I think
the
the hacking definitely did them dirty.
yeah. The point is you have to just address where they're at now.
Yeah. Well, because they only have 2 pages, I mean, technically they don't really have anything uncategorized. So, like, would that be okay?
Um. So did you look at Screaming Frog? There's no uncategorized pages, right? Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah,
there's
it's
nothing
pretty
there.
much all good.
Yeah. So you're
Right.
good.
Okay. And then 404 pages that get traffic. I think the status on all these is pretty good. Yep. 200s and a 301 for services. So I guess could we put a note here to maybe like 410 this old services page, or do you think the 301 is fine?
I mean, you can see it says non-indexable and it's 301, so it's just going to the right version. It's fine.
Gotcha. So that's good. 404 pages, no traffic. That need to be 410. Pretty much all of those like spammy pages that we saw. Those
Right.
all
So
need
those
to
all
be
need to be
410.
410. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna put spammy links need to be 410. Okay, there's no three. Are the correct redirect thank you pages in place? Let's see.
Yep.
We do have a thank you page.
Yep.
That's good. All footer and header links work. I have a plugin for that.
Well, we also know that they all work because there's no 404 pages on Screaming Frog.
Oh, is that like another indication that you're all good?
Yep. It'd be harder to tell if you had like 600 404 pages and you're auditing a huge website and you're like, oh my God, I can't. I have no way of knowing if these are the links that are 404ing from the footer or the header or not. But if there's only like 100 pages and none of them are 404ing, then you know that all the links are working.
Thank you pages, no index. Yep, those are all good. Pretty much everything is good here as far as indexation.
Well, did you type site colon thank you?
Well, I guess, yeah, you're right. Site HTTPS. Thank you.
I would do a space. No, but you can see they are indexing testimonials.
Oh, okay. So there are some things that could be de-indexed.
Just because you don't see them on Screaming Frog doesn't mean they're not being indexed.
Gotcha. So maybe cool it with the X's here.
Yeah.
What?
So you should type in PDF.
Okay. Let's take it one at a time here. Okay. So
It's kind of hard to see with all that
thank
spam.
you page is good. Dates.
Sometimes it's easier if you do in URL. So type in URL and then do PDF, space PDF. Or actually no space, I mean. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's like the easy way to
What
tell.
about dates?
So you just, yeah,
Oh,
2000.
you do like 2019.
I do 2018. Okay, you're good.
Alright, good. Oh,
Mike.
one. Look at this description.
Is that like his password?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. There's a comment on that. I want to see what that was.
There's a comment on it.
Yeah. Look.
What is this garbage?
Oh, it's just a. Never mind.
Oh. Okay. Mike. Still. Okay, so for this one,
An
what,
URL
just do, like,
tag. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're good.
These are the images. Yeah, look.
Oh my gosh. Are those still showing up?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, click on one of them. See if they're 404ing. Yeah, they're 410. I mean, they're 404ing.
Okay, so we don't have any tags. Okay. And then like really like post tags and product tags, it's all falling under the tag in URL.
Yeah, same thing.
Okay. WP directories. WP.
Yep.
Okay, so we have WP admin.
Sometimes actually you want to do tag in title too, because sometimes they don't specify it in the URL structure. So you would just change in URL to in title. Yeah, okay, you're good.
Okay. Put that in there. Accounts.
I would just type an account, take out the modifier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, good.
Good. Media attachments. Obviously we
You just type in like JPEG, image, that kind of thing. Yeah, they're not being indexed though. That would be if it was like a
like
site. Yeah,
links.
try PNG or something. What is that? Testimonial. What the heck is that? Phone number?
Yeah, I don't know what this is. Let's see if this even goes.
Scroll down.
Is this?
Yeah, so like that's just like weird like doorway pages. I don't even know what the heck that is. Yeah, that's just spam pages that are being created just to rank. So you probably want to put that as an extra note.
Just like get rid of what is a doorway page?
So like if somebody were to hit a page and it's just for the purpose of going to another page, like let's say it had no unique value whatsoever. Like you hit the page and it was just like this, where you know it's just like this is probably just duplicate content. Right? Like it's not actually helping anybody, it's just like they're just a rank.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, let's see.
Foreign brides. Wait, click on that. Oh my gosh.
What website is this? This is low-key like a mail order bride website.
They got so much stuff going on with this website. It's so bad. If I was them, I would just blow this website up.
Just rebuild it. Would you get all of their like all of this just from the domain?
What do you mean?
Like you could rebuild the entire site and be okay as long as
I would honestly, yeah, I would
you're
just
getting the domain, right?
I would just take that domain, just like delete the whole thing, 410 everything, and then just start brand new with all new URLs.
Gotcha. Yeah. Thin content or no value pages. This one's kind of
There's a lot.
well, yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna put a Z there, but what would be a more
specific?
like like a more specific approach?
Like the same thing as
here and looking at like
no, because again, this is just what Screaming Frog crawled. This isn't actually what's all indexed on Google. So there's a lot of pages on the website that aren't being linked from anywhere. Right? So Screaming Frog's not going to pick those up. So if you look and see what pages are being indexed, you just type like site : name of website, you're going to see there's like a shit ton of pages that are just like have zero value whatsoever. Like that one.
Yeah.
Or the other one that was like the duplicate content page. That was just from like a template.
Yeah, like I guess a better way would be like if you log into their WordPress and you look at all their pages that they have.
No, the best way is to go into their search console and see all the pages that are showing up on their search console. And you'll see that there's like thousands of pages probably showing up with 0 impressions, 0 clicks.
Yeah.
Right?
They have 11,400.
Well, a lot of it's spam, and then a lot of it is
yeah,
like doorway pages they're just using to like try to bring in traffic, but they're failing miserably at. I wouldn't be surprised if this website had a manual penalty.
Okay, so we're gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that, and then no meta keywords.
Oh, thanks for the sub.
Frog.
Sorry, somebody just subscribed.
All right, let's go. Meta keywords. No meta keywords. We're good. This we do all that. Google Analytics. We don't know. Schema markup. Google data testing tool.
You know what's crazy? Apparently this guy's getting 10 to 20 leads a day. I mean a week. I mean a month. Sorry. Wait, no. Hold on. Let me see. What was it? Let me go check.
Cryotherapy?
Yeah. Let me check. Okay.
Well, I'm not getting anything now.
No, bro. Apparently he's getting 100 leads a month off this website.
What?
I don't know how.
Maybe it's well, yeah, we really don't have any
Well, you can check
instead
similar
of
web.
his
He might be
traffic
getting
either.
traffic from other places.
Let's see. Foreign brides. Huh. It's not on their database yet.
Wait, put it in the thing and then see if it has an autocomplete. Oh no, before. Oh, I guess not. Okay, yeah. So I don't. Maybe that guy just made it up. I have no idea. Or maybe he's just sending referral traffic from like email. Who knows?
Oh, was it like part of the questionnaire that he submitted?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. Then you could be bullshitting. I mean, unless he's got like some other way that he's getting traffic, like Facebook or something.
His reason for the audit is seems to be stuck.
Look at this. Zero traffic. Yeah, I would be stuck too.
Also, he said he has $1,000 budget. So,
That's pretty good.
and usually
I mean,
I
it's basically like, yeah.
usually I like multiply that by like 1.5 to 2 because most people will usually like kind of under budget themselves.
True.
Okay, so
Yeah,
right
especially
now,
after-
yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah, that's not marked up correctly. You're not supposed to put all your content in there like that.
Right.
And then he has it twice on there, it looks like. Scroll down. Wait, press the back arrow. No, not that one. Okay, sorry.
Oh,
There's one up there.
which one?
Keep going up. There.
Oh,
Okay, he's also
local
not a local business. Actually, take that name and put it in and see if that's a local business. Wait, that's a different URL. What's Cryo Skin Slimming?
Cryo skin slimming?
Oh, that's the same one.
What's
Okay.
this? Yeah.
Go see if that's a local business.
Okay, so like,
Maybe he's getting his traffic from Google My Business.
cryo skin slimming. What? I think it's Texas, right? That's
Yeah.
what it said.
Wait. So go back. Go back to the schema and just take that exact name down, up, right there. There it is. Okay. Oh yeah, so it's got 22 reviews. So they're actually doing local targeting with this site then.
Yeah.
And they're not even really representing it as a local business on the page. So they need to, you should put a note in there and be like, this whole direction needs to be changed because it looks like they're trying to target national. Wait, why does the audit say it's for cryotherapy.com? Does that redirect?
I think I like. Wait. Discord. What'd you send me in Discord? No, cryo slimming. I think I just had a brain fart and I put.
Oh, gotcha.
Because I know that like cryotherapy is a thing. Cryo slimming. Yeah. Cryo skin slimming. Okay, there we go. That's accurate. Hold on, let me just fix this. What the heck? I'm gonna put it up here because this is all messed up. You said what changed the direction of the site to be more local?
Yeah, but I would put that as a separate line because the CSS error is like, because that's if he wants to keep the. Because I don't even think it says anything about a local business on the homepage, does it?
No.
Does it even have a map on the homepage?
Gallery services.
Yeah, so this is like all national targeting, but with like a
Yeah.
local.
Oh. Well, I guess they have like their address, but
Yeah,
this
but
is
like
literally
if you were
like
to,
could be like anything.
yeah, they're trying to compete on a national level, but like they should be hitting local first, in my opinion. If they, especially if their business name is Texas Cryotherapy or something.
Right. Do they even have any competition?
Yeah, they just. You remember when you searched before? If you go back, you'll see it.
Texas. Let's see. Texas cryo. Well, because it's not cryotherapy meets cryo skin.
Same shit, I'm sure.
I wonder. Yeah, I'm just gonna do cryotherapy. Yeah, like they could probably definitely be ranking for this. It looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's a lot. You just sent me a link.
No, I sent it to everybody in
Oh,
the program
gotcha.
because some people wanted to, I think, jump in.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So. Okay, so where were we? We were at checking the schema here. So how does let's look at their local markup.
Yeah, I mean, so
What,
it doesn't look
what would you say
bad.
they
Looks
could
like
add
they're
in there? Maybe
doing
like
local.
social?
I think local markup's the only thing that they're doing right.
Yeah.
No, because the same as data is the social. I'm pretty sure if you scroll down.
Nope. I don't think so. I mean, I could probably mark it as
Oh well, they're supposed to be using same as
good.
data for social, but I guess it's fine.
So organization, we don't need it. All pages. Um, is there FAQ markup?
Uh, yeah, there is.
Like, like what other pages could we test?
I mean, honestly, I would just do local right now.
Okay.
And I would just check a couple other pages, just see what's on them. See if there's like reoccurring schema on multiple pages that shouldn't be there. Like there should be local business markup on every page, basically. So maybe just go to like
Let's try
services, yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like they do have local business markup everywhere. Okay.
So you just put that on the
Now,
bottom,
because
like
like
schema errors.
okay. Yes. Local markup. I was gonna say because they don't have an about page or contact page, you would mark those as like X or Z.
Probably Z's because you'd want to add that once they have it.
Okay. They don't have breadcrumbs. There's no breadcrumbs. They don't have a blog. News article. Nope. They don't have events.
Well, hold on. They're not a news site, so they don't need news markup.
Okay. And they could have event markup since they are like local.
Yeah, but I mean, probably not. I mean, what are they going to be hosting a skin? The thing is if they're like, let's say they had events on their site, and they didn't put markup on it, that's when you would put that there.
Okay. All right. So. Okay.
You feel
Maybe I
me?
should remember. Like, pages not created yet, but also no markup. Okay. And then for these, because we can't access it yet, you just put like a Z for everyone.
Yeah, you just because you don't have no way of knowing. We don't even know if that's a WordPress site yet, do we? Do you check?
I think it is because there was like some WP admin being indexed.
Okay.
Okay, Google My Business Optimization. So we have their address, service location, Frisco, Texas, correct hours. Okay. Multiple categories. There's no way that we can know. Need Google My Business login. Responding to reviews.
Looks like it. At least they got that part down.
Okay, that's good. Keyword stuff title tag. Nope. That's good. I wonder if they paid someone for this.
For the GMB optimization, it's very possible.
Okay, reviews. The post capability, that is like what?
That's just like if you see like any posts on there, like it says like today we're offering something, or I mean like
Okay.
yeah, it doesn't look like it.
Updates from them or something. Okay. Answering questions. Is that different? Oh, questions and answers. Be the first to ask a question. I mean, they don't have any.
Yeah, so you're good.
So, using promotions. What is this? Export categories. Oh, is that related to the products?
Yep.
Okay. Not using promotions. Continually posting content. I mean, I'm not seeing any. They do have a Facebook. Oh yeah, they did have it in their social. Let's see what they got. Posts October 29th, September 26th, September 26th, 25th, 24th, 18th. Looked like they had a little bit of a gap for like a month. I'm gonna put that as Z. Let's see, service photos. Looks gross.
That's gross. Oh my god, that is gross, bro. Is that even a belly button? Like, what is that?
It's a sketch pad, apparently.
Oh my god.
I got my pre-baby body back. Jesus. Okay, well, it looks like I've seen like, yeah, 3. They got a lot of pictures. Three service photos, 3 inside, and then they need the outside. And, team, say no. I need more crew pics. Need outside location plus pictures. Okay. Citation count. What was that site that you used for the citations?
Whitespark.ca.
Whitespark.ca. Try it for you right here.
Yep.
Okay, United States, Texas. Wait. Oh no, I need to do a business search.
Yeah.
Okay. Texas. Let's do. Ah, no, don't do. Zooming in on it. Get away. All right. Business name. And then do you check this or restrict search?
Yeah, you don't need strict search.
Where's Texas? Oh. Texas. Then use search results. Okay. Let's keep going down the list. Go over here to GT metrics. Okay. Grab this link. Hosting name and server speed. Seconds. Requests. Image compression. we need to optimize images. Z. Let's see. It's gonna be a Z. You typically want to get this like under 2.5 seconds, or do you think 3 is decent?
Yeah, usually about 2.2 to 2.5.
Okay. Browser caching. Nope. gzip compression. What exactly is gzip compression? 'Cause it doesn't show it on here.
So that's like if you're gonna be compressing your like CSS and your HTML and stuff like that.
Oh, so pretty much like minifying JavaScript, HTML,
Right.
CSS.
Yep.
Okay, so we're good on that. Okay, that's fine. And then content delivery network. CDN. I don't think you can see that on here, but can you see if they're using a CDN on Google Page Speed Tool? Oops.
I think so. Yeah, you should be able on GT metrics as well, can't you?
What, like it would just say CDN right here? Nope, not seeing it.
Usually in there somewhere it should.
Just gonna put a Z and then unknown. All right, mobile friendly. Let's see. I don't know how I feel about this tiny little button right here.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
It's like it is, but it could be better. Site search. No site search. What was your method for checking breadcrumbs on Google? Was that like you do the site?
You just click on some of the different pages and see if there's actual like breadcrumbs that you can see.
Like that right there.
Yeah, but click on the page and see if it's actually showing up, because that might just be the schema.
Nope. It's usually like up here, right?
Yeah, it's usually like somewhere in there.
Okay. I'm gonna say nope. Social media. Oh, no social media. And they do have a CTA above the fold. Learn more. Just takes them down. Proper navigation. Quick navigation. And answer. All right. Oh, hosting name and server speed. What do you put right here for server speed hosting name?
You can just look it up on just like who is. Like if you just Google who is.
Oh, who is hosting this site? WPX hosting.
Um,
Okay. All right. So, forgot to check the citation. They have 82 citations. It's pretty good.
that is pretty good actually. So yeah, I think somebody actually did do the Google stuff, the Google My Business stuff.
True. Nope. Good on that. And then for checking if it's inconsistent, like, is there a way I can see that, or
Um,
mm,
there isn't really a way to see if it's inconsistent. Actually, you can go to look up Moz Local.
look up what?
Moz Local, MOZ Local.
Moz local overview. Check my presence.
Yeah. So this will show you it on like the main.
Presence.
This will show you it on like the main indexing platforms.
Okay. Listing option. I mean, it looks like the right info is there. It might just be like it looks like here. There's like oh, it's the wrong number. Skin Frisco. What is this?
What the heck?
Bruh.
Is this like their website they copied or something?
Well, I'm wondering if this is their main website now.
Yeah, you should probably put that in the notes asking.
We just audited this other website. Cryoskin. Is this the main website or copy website? website. It goes to cryo skin slimming. Cryo skin Frisco. Check that on Ahrefs real quick. Nope. This one's actually doing worse than the other one. I think no one even searches for it. Okay, so we know that they don't have a lot of citations, but they're inconsistent. Website and phone number do not match. All pages have OG data. Oh, this is their didn't you say there was another way that you could check this besides the Facebook tool? Facebook.
Yeah, so it's Facebook debugger, or you can check with the Twitter debugger too.
I'll just use Facebook debugger. I would say this is a no.
Yeah, that's definitely a no.
Looks really, yeah.
Well, it should tell you at the top whether or not the data's been specified or not.
OG image. Yeah. All right, so this is not good. But a good example is your website. All right, so that's a no. And I think that completes it. Okay, here, let's fill this out real quick. Cryo swimming, business type, local, audience targeting, women, women post-pregnancy, average conversion value, look pretty decent, $350 per session. Hey, if you have an average conversion value of 350 and you're not willing to spend a couple thousand to get more business, what are you doing?
That's most business owners.
They look at it as an expense, not an investment.
Yep.
1 p.m. So it doesn't look like we're night owls. All right. For anyone that's still watching, you can learn how to do all this too with the J Runner SEO certification program.
Yes, sir. So yeah, looks good. So I think what we'll do tomorrow, Roy, is we can give him a call. We'll give the other guy a call as well, and then I'm also going through. I'll be going through the different implementations for the four-phase audit I did for the roofing company. If you want to watch me do some of those or do them with me tomorrow as well.
Yeah, let's do it. What kind of implementations do you have to do for the roofing guy?
Well, I already did a lot of the phase one stuff. I can actually go over it really quick. I'll show you. Let me just I'll leave this meeting. Share my screen with you.
Okay. Let me. Oh wait. Okay, let me go back to Discord.
Can you see this yet?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Good.
oh, I thought I was waiting on you. Sorry. Okay, so yeah, basically a lot of the phase two stuff, we already started rewriting a lot of the titles, so this needs to be put in there, like some internal link stuff. Um, we need to get on
Wait,
the call.
let me see what you did for the phase one.
Uh, which part? The top issues,
Like,
all
what
this
did he
stuff.
have?
These are the top issues that we had to fix, and then this was a lot of the phase one stuff that we fixed, but then there were some issues. Looks like this one's fixed now. This one's fixed now. I don't know if that one's done yet. These are like just things that I needed the web designer to do. Um, but yeah, a lot of it right now is like just like fixing, adding meta descriptions, titles, that kind of thing. Just kind of optimizing. We already got these rewritten. Um, but yeah, the phase two top issues is none of the pages are internally linking, so we're gonna go do that tomorrow.
Are the ones highlighted in green the ones that you already fixed as far as the titles?
Yeah, those are the ones I already put in there.
Gotcha.
Title text meta descriptions are giving them low click through rates because before they were only like 3 words, so we put all those in there now. Um, Location pages are duplicated, so we're going to have a content writer from phase three go and fix those. Content writer also needs to go through and fix these duplicate external content pages. They're basically plagiarizing from other sites, as I put right here. So all this is plagiarized on the home page. All this is plagiarized. Okay, click on it. All this is plagiarized on another page, so on and so on. And I only just checked a few random pages. I'm sure it's like that on other pages as well. So we also have to get on the call with him and talk about the content writers because we have a few that are waiting to be hired, but I want to make sure that he chooses the one he wants because it's going to be through him. He needs to be paying a good amount per month. And then
Is that his actual budget?
yeah, about 300 to 500 a month for content. And then
Gotcha.
phase four, we still have to set up the Google, Facebook, and YouTube opt-in pages through ManyChat. We have to set up the ManyChat account. We're also probably going to do a competitor audit, like we talked about, like with Backlinko, figuring out what their strategy is for these different platforms, and kind of giving a game plan there as well. And then the audit, then all of it will be pretty much done, and that'll be wrapping up a $2,200 client for the four-phase audit and implementations. And then if he wants help with
Nice.
like authority hacking stuff after we do that, because the next level after this is going to be which is going to be like more like phase five, which we haven't really talked about, but phase five is going to be, once we have all this stuff set up and we have the competitors audited, then we can start going into coming up with strategies and optimizing different like social media platforms for them as well.
Right. Like for the YouTube videos, obviously, if they were gonna make a video, like, would you have to like get in contact with someone in his town to like go film with him, like working on a roof or kind of like making like a little commercial?
Or we could just give them a layout that like works, because like it could be, for instance, if we do like a better research on YouTube, we see like all these people are shooting with iPhones, but then they just need like a little bit of video editing, and let's say they need like some call to actions, and like they just need like their descriptions optimized, that kind of thing. Who knows? Could be a lot of stuff. You
Right.
know, they might need a banner for their channel. Like there could be a lot of things that we identify. Like it could be like, for instance, Brian Dean, they have like all these autoresponders set up.
Well, does he even have a YouTube right now?
Well, that's the thing, is we have to go audit the competitors with Phase 4. I think he does, but I don't think he has any. He doesn't have any strategies for any of these things. So
Right.
phase 5 is
Okay.
like basically coming. Phase 4 is coming up with a strategy for these other platforms, and then Phase 5 is like implementing those if he wants to buy that next.
So like two questions. From an agency standpoint, how much did you have to spend with the other guys to like do some of the work?
For like when I had my agency set up previously,
Well, do you have someone else working on it right now on his website?
no,
Oh, this was all you?
this is all me. Yeah.
Okay. So I thought like some of the like how you have X's and Z's, but you had like a C on some of the
Oh, that's for the
phase one stuff. I thought that
C's
was
for client. So like that's things that the client needs to
oh, okay.
fix. Yeah. Like I can't add local markup because he's using a weird content management system, and the web designer needs to go add it in there. But like I actually made the code so he can just like copy it.
Okay. Okay.
So like in the
Oh, so
comments.
I think that's where I got confused because you had said the web designer, and I was like, oh, like thinking that you hired a
Oh
web
no no
designer.
no no! Because normally I don't work with web designers unless like I have to, but because he has such a weird content management system, unfortunately I have to like have the web designer do some of this stuff for me.
Right. Like if he had like a messed up URL structure, would you go in and fix that yourself?
Uh, well, no, I just make the recommendations. So like if let's see, you
Uh,
know, let's
okay.
say all of the URLs are like only one level down or something, and they are all getting like zero traffic, then I'd probably be like, hey, we need to categorize these. Like we need the web designer to go and like, and I would probably actually specify what they would look like. So I'd be like, okay, so this would actually be, like I'd be like, old URL, new URL, right? And then I'd be like,
Got it.
contact slash whatever, and then have them change it. But for the most part, uh, if you are going to be doing a lot of clients, like I only try to take like 1 to 2 clients per month because like I only need that much to make enough money to survive. Um, and then I try to
Wait,
give.
how much did you say? You like blanked out.
I said I only need like 1 to 2 clients per month to make like enough money to survive. So, um, you know, if I were to be running an agency, then I would be like obviously doing this anyways. So I'd be like, okay, I mean, if I was running an agency, I would be like having all of these things specified on what needs to be fixed. And then I'd have people going in and doing it, and then I'd have like a manager. So like this would be like the auditor, this would be the implementer, and then this would be the manager. So like the auditor would check it off, implementer would go and say they fixed it, and then the manager would go and check it.
Gotcha. I
Um,
mean, would you be the manager?
No, probably not. I don't like that's. I mean, and that's the reason why I don't like running a company, is because usually I was the manager and I don't like managing people. So like, if you have somebody who you really trust who can do this stuff, then obviously you'd have them do that. But it's kind of sketchy when you're working with people because you don't always know if the person's going to be able to check it off or not. Like the manager, might not be entirely honest with knowing all this stuff. It's frustrating. I mean, again, I was doing this for like 6 months, and I was even though I was making a bunch of money, it was just like there would be constant, like when you start working with a bunch of clients, there'd be just constant issues. Like the manager would say it's good and then it's not, or the implementer would say it's good and it's not, or the auditor would say it's good and it's not. It's like three different levels that you have to make sure every single person knows exactly what they're doing. And if you're constantly updating this stuff as well and adding more stuff, it gets really confusing.
Yeah. Well, like you said, I mean, if you only need 1 or 2 clients a month to survive and that's what you want, then go for it. But I think everything that we've been doing here is easily scalable to pretty much as much money as you want to make, or I mean, as many clients as you can get.
Yeah, and I mean I agree with you, but again, like the way I was doing it before, like I was making a bunch of money, but I was just like super stressed. I was like constantly worried about everything. Now it's like, even though I'm not making nearly as much money, it's like, most of my time just like chilling, like going to the gym. Like I don't know, I just at least for me, I kind of needed a break, and like if I end up getting back into it, I'm not really worried about that. I just like I when I was doing it, I just like was not handling it well from a life perspective, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yep. I can I mean, I worked at an agency and I have some friends that run agencies, and I've heard some of the stories
Yeah, it can
dealing
get
with
scary.
hiring employees, firing employees, all that stuff.
But yeah, it's definitely scalable. And then like, the thing is like again, you have to think like, do you want to be somebody who's training people, or do you want to be somebody who's like managing people? And like obviously if you're running an agency, you're gonna be doing a little bit of both, but at a certain point it's like almost easier to just like for instance sell the program that we have and like just give the leads to other people and then train them on how to take the leads. Like for instance, like that one lead, where's he at? The one that we just did today, I'm gonna try to get you a sale for that so you can um, like I was gonna try to get him as a client, but it's fine. Like I don't care because if I can get you the client, then like obviously you're gonna make some money, and then like I can keep selling the program as well, and it's like less stressful for me to have to deal with as many clients because now I'm just dealing with like training people, which is more fun for me, and it feels more rewarding, is less stressful, that kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, hey, I gotta find out for myself with this agency deal. So I definitely want to like get to that point where I'm like, okay, I'm making a shit ton of money. Do I enjoy the stress or not? And then like from there make a decision if I want to like, just deal with 1 or 2 clients a month or try to figure out a way to keep scaling.
Well, that's the cool part is like you can choose, and then you also don't even have to do either of those things. You could always just like create your own like sub website. Like I've created a lot of like niche websites. Like for instance, my gaming website here. Um, this website, the whole point of it was just to like get people to subscribe to my YouTube channel and my Twitch and stuff. It just ranked for a bunch of gaming keywords because gaming keywords are really easy to rank for. Um, and just like build a following on YouTube to playing video games and like getting paid through ads and stuff. Like there's all kinds of ways that you can use what you're learning here to like scale something up, turn it into like a legit following or like legit whatever you're doing and make money off of it. That doesn't only have to be just SEO stuff.
Right. Does that Siphon King website still make you money?
Well, I never really started monetizing it. I just kind of started ranking for all these keywords, these gaming keywords, and I started getting like a bunch of followers on like YouTube and Twitch and stuff. But then like, you know, I spent so much time on the computer. It's like for me to like go and start playing video games and stuff, it's kind of hard to do. Like if I wanted to monetize it, I'd probably want to do this like more like full time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I definitely want to watch like the what is it? It's like the module in the course where you did the mattress website.
yes.
Before I did um, SEO, before I did like coding, before I did graphic design, I was like a huge artist. And that one website that I showed you the other day, 10 Beasts, kind of like the Amazon affiliate website,
Right.
because that's what the mattress store was, right? It was just an affiliate site.
Yeah, it's just like a bed review site.
Yeah, so I wanted to do pretty much that, but like make a website that's an affiliate for like art supplies.
Yeah, I mean, you could do it for anything, bro. Like you can do it for gaming, you can do it for beds. You could do it for adult entertainment. I have another website that, just from ranking for like one keyword, what was it? How to make money on Pornhub or something. It's like got 1.4K organic keywords ranking just from that one post. And I spent like maybe $100 on this post for a content writer to write it. And like, this is a lot of like really good, monetizable traffic that you can turn into like, selling, supplements, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I mean, the sky's the limit on what you can do once you learn SEO. It just really depends on like what your goals are. Like for me, like, at the end of the day, I think about what do I really want. And like, for me, it's like, okay, number one priority is like making gains. Number two priority is like making money. Probably should actually be reversed, but I keep going in between money and gains. And then like,
wait, like physical gains?
Yeah, like making, building muscle. It sounds weird,
Oh, yeah.
but so making gains, and then like
I do the same shit.
third one is like, getting girls or keeping my girlfriend. Keeping girlfriend's important, right? And then fourth one is like just experiencing new things. And like I found out like if I can do all four of these things, I'm pretty happy. And so like for me, like I know like if I can make like 6K a month or whatever around that, like I'm pretty good to go. Like I don't need a lot. I was making 60K a month before, but none of this happened, right? Like It was just that. So now I look at it, I go, okay, well I'm sacrificing that zero, which was nice, for that. But now I'm, making gains, keeping a girlfriend, like experiencing new things all the time, like going out, trying new restaurants, and like going and playing paintball or whatever it is. And, for me, like that's what my life is like. Some people are like, oh, I only care about this. They're just like, I just want this. And like the thing is like, a lot of people don't realize that like in order to get that, you got to sacrifice all the other things you usually want.
A lot.
Yeah. So like that's why people are always like, well, Chase, why don't you just go make more money? It's like you can do this stuff. And it's like, yeah, I could, but the reason why I was depressed originally is because the only thing I had going for me was the money I was making, and I had nothing else like that I wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's definitely like I make zero right now, so we're in opposite boats, but even 6K a month, like that's enough to pay rent. That's enough to go literally out to eat every day, drive a nice car, and like, have whatever you want. So I can definitely see that it's definitely like a comfortable zone to be in.
Well, and sometimes too, like sometimes you have to be out of balance. So like, let's say you want all four of those things we talked about, like gains, girls, money, that kind of thing, right? Now, depending on where you're at in life, you might have to like just not have these things, because these things are also distractions where it's like, and this is something that I think a lot of people forget about, is like, okay, so if you get money, then you're like, okay, well, now that I have a bunch of money, that's going to lead to me getting girls and gains. But what happens is people usually make money and then they get lazy and then they don't get those things, and then they're just like depressed. They just try to make more money. So you don't want to be that either. But ideally you want to be like, okay, I'm going to sacrifice these other two things, and I'm just going to try to like make as much money as possible, so that I can make a sustainable income, and then I can start focusing on the next thing or something. But for you, man, like I would say like, okay, so these audits, because like right now I have, like of course like 90 audits in our spreadsheet, so we can just keep calling these people. Obviously we can figure out a way to call them correctly. But this person, like, they said they had $1,000 budget. We just did the free audit for them. They said that they'd probably be buying the $500 audit next. I mean, that's could be like by tomorrow, like just $500 in your pocket. Like the formula is pretty easy if you follow it. But the way you really want to do it is like these types of things where we're doing these streams. Just like stream everything you're doing and like try to get as much attention as possible for the work that you do. And people will end up, wanting the free audits. And you're ideally, if you can get 10 to 20 people asking for an audit per month, whether you're contacting them off Google, or whether you're like doing a meetup group, or you're just giving out your card, like here's a free audit, whatever. If you can get like 10 to 20, I'd say per month, you'd probably want to do more like 20 to 40 audits per month, just like intake, like people asking for them. you could easily convert like, I don't know, 1 to 4, I would say about 4 of them um, up the ladder. Cause like if you could just get 4 paid audits for 500, that's already $2,000. And if you get like 1 sale out
Yeah.
of that for, for like $1,500 for the implementations, I mean, that's already enough money to be chilling.
Yeah, for sure. And do you find that like generally you're like consistent?
Yeah, man. I mean, as long as I'm putting the time in, like I said, if you're starting out and you don't have any authority, that's when it's a lot harder. But that's what I was saying. Like, if you want to help me with some videos, bro, like we could easily get some more audits in. Like that's pretty easy to do.
Yeah. And then how many of those can you convert into multiple month retainer clients?
Well, that's the thing is I try not to sell retainers because remember, as I said before, if you're gonna want to do if you want retainers, then you want to do the agency model. If you want to do if you want to do packages,
right.
then you'd want to do the consultant model.
True. So you kind of take it like month by month. Like you get one phase done, then they're happy, and then you're like, all right, here's what we could do. Do you want to like keep moving forward?
Yeah. So I mean, like Hydra said in the chat, SEO should have after 2 to 3 months with clients. Ideally, you want to just like sell packages where you're like, all right, first of all, I'm going to sell you the audit package. Next, I'm going to sell you the the 4-phase audit package. Next, I'm going to sell you the 4-phase implementations. Next, I'm going to sell you like the 2-phase, social media setup. You want to come up with packages like that because, at a certain point, it's like, how much more can you help the person with, right?
Right.
Like if you were buying a service from somebody at a certain point, you're like, okay, well, what else are you doing? So like, unless you're doing agency, the reason why agency sells retainers, because if you're doing an agency, you're going to have web designers, you're going to have content writers, you're going to have full service, right? Like that's the whole point of an agency is having full service. If you're going to be a consultant, you're basically only going to be selling mainly SEO stuff, maybe a couple things on the side, like some social media stuff. But really, you're just going to be probably connecting them to other people. So like I would start out just selling packages. I mean, obviously the retainers are nice because they give you security, but at the same time, it's like, you're not going to end up really getting good case studies from this because you're going to be selling these people kind of BS stuff. Like I don't know. I think it's so much better to just like do this for people, make them really happy, get a really good recommendation, and then move on than it is to sell like a retainer when you're not actually a full service agency, and then get people pissed at you and like.
Right. Yeah, like retainer sounds like you're hiring a lawyer to be on standby in case you get arrested. Like
Right.
sounds a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, unless there's like, let's say there's like 5,000 pages on the website, and there's only so much you can do per month. Like, let's say you're gonna be like, I'll optimize like 50 pages at a time. Then you would be like selling like a retainer probably. You'd be like, okay, this is gonna take like 3 to 6 months to optimize everything. But if you're doing if you're doing what most people do, which is like a local website with 10 pages, like there's really no reason why you should be selling a retainer.
Right. Yeah, like that's what I was saying too. Is if you get someone that's like a $1,500 implementation, you might get lucky, like depending on how many audits you bring in, and you could have someone with like a larger website, and then you could say, okay, for the implementation, it'll be like 2,500 or whatever it is.
Right.
Especially if they have like a lot of stuff messed up.
Right. Yep.
And then do you also feel like it's kind of like the price that you can get away with on a client varies? Like if they're a really big business and you know that they have like a $5,000 budget, would you just like kind of keep it like a flat rate for everybody? Or would you say that if there's like a large business with a bigger budget, you could sell the implementation for more?
I mean, you can get away with like a lot of stuff, but it just comes down to like, what is I don't know. I mean, I've seen so many different
Yep.
models, man. Like I've seen people who like do SEO for a website, sign people into a contract, and if the person tries to leave, then they just reverse all the changes they made. Like,
Oh.
yeah, like, but that's like, what are you talking about? Like, why would you even talk? Like, why would you even do that? It just depends on like,
Right.
what is what is the type of person you want to represent yourself as, and like the thing about the industry is because people can get away with so much that like that's why we usually people like us have such a bad reputation, get have such a hard time getting clients because
Right.
most people will just sell whatever they possibly can to make money because they're like desperate for money, and they don't actually think about like what is a long-term sustainable marketing strategy. Because the other thing you have to think about too is if you're constantly selling things that you don't really like you're not going to really be doing, like let's say you're going to be selling a retainer, you're going to be selling like some sort of reoccurring thing that's not actually going to be like you're not actually doing anything, then you're kind of like limiting uh your what would be the word, potential for actually making sustainable strategies that like really help people. Because instead you're just gonna be thinking about like how can I continue bullshitting these people, and like
Yeah.
that's not a strategy of helping. That's like a strategy of like just trying to keep sucking money out of people, and it's like at some
Yeah.
point you're gonna have to figure out how to improve that, and that's why the bar is set so low in the SEO industry because most people can't figure out how to improve like their strategy from just like sucking the money out of people to just like giving them basic stuff that they actually want. Like a lot of people will just sell stuff and then they never actually do it. Like, you know what I mean? I had people who I hired for doing like certain SEO tasks for me so I could give them to the clients, and they wouldn't even do it. Like I'd be like, "Hey, do conversion tracking for this client." It'd be like 2 months later, and there's still no conversion tracking. Like, what the heck is happening? And it's like the same
Oh,
thing.
you're talking about like a white label, like hiring someone white label.
No, not white label. White label would be like as if like I were having hiring an agency to like just do everything for me, and then like I just sign off on it as my own brand. I was just hiring freelancers to do like simple stuff like set up the conversion tracking, set up the
Oh
SSL,
yeah,
that kind of thing. But I was like
and they wouldn't
managing
do
it.
it.
Yeah, they wouldn't do it. Like they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I know how to do that. I'll do it like tomorrow," and then it'd be like a week or two later, and it would still be not there. And the thing is like that's with me knowing, like that's with me knowing how, like what conversion tracking even is. Most of these clients hire people like us, and they don't even know what they're hiring. So like they're getting pissed off because they're not seeing anything, but at the same time like they don't even know what to be seeing in the first place. Like they don't even know like
Right.
if a conversion is being tracked or if the site's redirecting or whatever it is. Um, so yeah, long story short, like the reason why I'm able to get away with selling this whole audit for like 4 phases and the implementations for $2,200, and it only takes me like probably I don't know 5 hours total to do everything, is because people know that like I'm not trying to get them locked into a reoccurring thing. I'm like, look, this is a one-time fee. And if you want to keep paying for
Yeah.
other stuff on top of this, I can give you some recommendations, like the stuff we were talking about, like any extra services I can offer them. But people eat
Right.
that stuff up because they're like, dude, I'm not feeling like I'm getting locked into this bullshit contract where I don't know what's happening. I'm explaining everything to them, like, look, this is the 4 phases. This is what we cover here. This is what's implemented here. This is like my quote based on all the work that I see, and then they actually feel like they're buying a tangible product. And the best part about that is,
Exactly.
after it's done, you know, if they don't rank, I'm not responsible. And like, that would be shitty if they didn't. But like, ideally, I'm giving them half of my implementations, and then I'm also giving them half a strategy. Like, look, this is the content you need to put on there. This is the post place you need to start posting on. Um, so that's the cool thing about packages is you're giving them half implementations and your own suggestions, but you're also giving them half like this is stuff they need to do, and if they don't do it, then that's on them, and that's probably the reason why they're going to fail. And so when they come back to you in 3 months if they're pissed off or whatever, you'd be like, look, did you do this, did you do that, did you do this? And if they didn't, then you could just it just gives you another chance to upsell.
Yep. That's true. I also really like how the templates that you made, like you said, they feel like they're buying something tangible because everybody I've ever talked to that considered buying SEO for their website or their business, everyone says the same thing. It's like every SEO person is super shady. Like you pay so much money for SEO and it's like you don't even know what you're getting, like snake oil salesman or whatever. And with these templates, you literally list everything like over 100 points from Google My Business to indexation to schema. You're like, look, this is all broken. I can fix these 20 things for X amount of dollars. You show them what phase 2, 3, and 4 is, and like they know what they're getting instead of just, like you said, signing a contract, being locked in, someone kind of telling you, oh, it's going to take 6 to 8 months before you see any results, but you should pay us every single month up until those 6 months. And no one wants to do that. So yeah, for like $2,000, even though it takes you 5 hours, one, it's taken you years to like learn how to do that. So I think that's makes it worth it. And two, they're not locked into anything, and it's just like fixing things that need to be fixed.
Yeah, I mean, and if you look at a lot of what people are selling too, um, it's usually just like some sort of weird presentation where it's like, okay, here's your keywords, and they'll just like mention some random keyword, and they're like, here's your, website, what it could look like. Like a lot of the time, people aren't doing like data-based optimizations. They're not like, okay, here's your click-through rate. We need to change the title because of that, or here's your bounce rate. We need to change the design because of that. Or your top pages don't have conversions, so we need to go like try to A/B test these and add call to actions on them. Once you get to that point, once you get to like that level of like doing this stuff, it's really hard to not be able to sell this to people, because even people like me, if you could tell me like, hey Chase, here's your website, here's all your stuff, here's your data, here's what I'm going to do to change it, this is how much it's going to be for everything. And then here's even all the things that I changed afterwards, so you can actually see them. Like, it's hard not to buy that. And again, you look at like most SEO people out there, and it's like, what are they doing? They're doing like PDF presentations of like, just bullshit, like on page checkers. Like this is what a lot of people use. They'll just do like Site Checker Pro, plug a website in. I'm not kidding. This is, and then they'll like turn this into a presentation. Let's find it.
Is Sitebulb another like similar thing to Site Checker?
Sitebulb's actually better, but yeah, I mean the point I'm trying.
Do you even use Sitebulb anymore?
I don't. I only use two tools now. I just use a Screaming Frog and Ahrefs.
Okay, because I bought Sitebulb whenever I was like going through part 1 of the certification, but like I haven't used it since, so I think I'm just gonna cancel it.
Yeah, sorry about that. How much did you pay for that?
Like $30.
Okay, at least it wasn't like 200. Yeah, I'm gonna change. I need to go back through the certification and probably redo some of the videos, because some of it's like kind of outdated.
I can help you with some of the like things that I ran into, maybe to like make it a little bit smoother and from like having a student's perspective.
Yeah, it'd be nice since you're kind of fresh through it. Like it'd be nice to see like what you think should be. But yeah, like look at this. So like people will be like, "Oh yeah, you're missing meta descriptions, you're missing H1s. Your H1s are too short." Like that kind of stuff. And it's like, remember how we talked about like the layout? Remember how we talked about the layout, the competitors, and like, priority and, all that stuff. Like when you look at this kind of stuff, like none of it has anything to do with like content and duplication and indexation and all that stuff. Like you can see how that's way more important to look at as a priority first than any of this stuff, right? Yeah, like what if you
Band-Aid fix.
What if you started putting if you were missing 6 meta descriptions and you start putting on all those pages, but then you realize all those are duplicate content, you had to de-index them or something? or they're like all pages that need to be 410, or like, you know, they're like, or your site doesn't redirect to preferred version, so like all these pages are like, there's actually only 3 pages, you know?
It's like not efficient at all.
It's not efficient at all, and this is how most SEOs do this stuff. Is they're like, they're only thinking about backlinks and like on page like this, and they're thinking about, you know,
And they'll charge someone like $2,000 for that.
yeah, they're charging like $2,000 to go like buy backlinks off of Fiverr, or like some, you know, glorified Fiverr. Like, I don't know. There's this one website called like DFY backlinks, which is like supposed to be like the best links in the world or something. Like, oh, look how elite these are, you know, guest posts, PBNs, and so they'll buy those, and they'll go change the meta descriptions, put some heading tags on, you know, find some keywords, and like, you know, hope for the best, buy some content, hope for the best. And it's like, dude, that has nothing to do with this entire process. Like, you know, like this is so much further, further than like most people will ever get, bro. Like most people will get to like phase 1 if they're lucky.
Yeah, and they won't even get all of the points on it.
Yeah, they won't even. They'll be like, oh well, I don't really know schemas, so I'll just skip that. And like, I don't know, like, you know. I don't really know what these different WPSSO plugins do, like what's OG data. Like, they, you know, a lot of this stuff is like, and the thing is too, man, is like, I'm actually, after this, I'm going to go, I was thinking about actually making this audit even further, because the phase 1, 2, 3, and 4 is cool, but I want to actually make this, at some point I want to make this audit just like so extreme, dude. I used to sell this template, by the way, for $997, just the template alone. And I made it unaccessible to people. And people were buying it, bro. Like, before it was even any of this.
Yeah.
But then I took it off. I'm like, nah, I'd rather just get the people.
I did phase 1 for someone, and they messaged me back, and they were like, wow, this is extremely valuable. Like, I would pay $1,000 for this.
Yeah, but phase 1 is nothing.
I know. And that's what I'm saying. Is like, even I myself still have a lot of work left to do as far as like doing keyword research and really like understand like the work that needs to go forward after you do the foundational fixes. You know, because like the foundational stuff, that's like 10% of it, or you know, maybe more, but like, yeah, it's all phase 2, 3, and 4 is really what's going to drive engagement, capture traffic. Like, that's the bread and butter right there.
Right. Yeah, apparently if you go on Fiverr...
I want to add to phase 1.
Wait, what?
Or wait, what were you saying?
Apparently on Fiverr, if you buy audits right now, people are like doing audits from the phase 1 template.
I wonder how much they charge.
I don't know. Apparently somebody bought one for like $100 or something. Somebody messaged me, and this apparently like it was just my audit. Might have been this guy. On page SEO. I don't know.
Go back. I think I saw one that looked like your template. Bottom left. Yeah.
This is just Quora. Somebody just selling audits from Quora.
Yeah, like, give me $100, I'll do a screaming frog crawl. I was gonna ask, like, how much stuff did you, like, how much more stuff did you want to add to, like, phase 1?
Probably a lot, dude. Like...
Hi there. So this is a sample report that I ran for...
Just get it, like, super technical.
Well, I mean, you don't even have to make it... You don't even have to make phase 1 that much more technical, but... Definitely certain things, like... I think in the template I want to start adding more social stuff in there. So, like, doing YouTube audits, Facebook audits, that kind of thing. Like, different check marks. Because we could start making this template so freaking robust that, like... It would be insane. Because there's only so much shit you can audit just on one website, especially if it's a brand new website. But there's so much stuff that needs to be set up for a brand new website that if we started putting that in there, like it just gives you way more stuff to sell.
Yeah, 100%. Like I was actually thinking of, I remember the other day you told me to write down like video ideas. So I was gonna use the template on like a Shopify website, a Squarespace website, a WordPress website, and just like make some key notes of like things to look out for, differences. Because I know that when I was looking or when I was auditing like a Squarespace site, all of your videos were on WordPress sites.
Right.
So I was like, you know, how do I go into Squarespace and do the exact same stuff that I'm seeing you do on Squarespace or on WordPress?
Right.
But for the most part, it's pretty much going to be the checking like the same shit on every website, no matter the CMS.
Right. I'm thinking about making videos for each part of this, like just one for this one for this one, and like just be able people can just click on it.
Yeah. Well, that's how like coding tutorials when I was like learning coding, the guys would have like literally like 70 or 80 videos in a playlist, and each one is like 2 or 3 minutes long, and each video is just on like one topic. You could have like a 2-minute video on the sitemap.xml, and then it's a lot more specific, so someone can just go search for it based on what they need.
Right. Yeah, because I kind of want to make the certification more into like just like a online coaching group, like where we just like keep doing streams like this all the time, and just like keep bringing people in, just like teaching them one on one. Just be like, all right, you do this, and like just having them do audits live. Like I just give them the audit, like, all right, you do this. I'm just keep walking people through it.
Yeah. I mean, I want to do videos where I'm doing like keyword research for very like specific niches, especially like the 3 guys that I'm working with right now, or like not really working with, just farting around with their websites, but like, oh, doing keyword research for a national gun holster e-commerce company, like very like specific things, because a lot of times especially when you do videos, you like use your own website and you're using like SEO keywords.
Right.
But I think a lot of people would like to see like, what if some lady has like a hair salon and she's trying to do some keyword research?
Well, I used to have like, I don't know if you know this, but I have like 1,000 videos on YouTube, and like I used to have a lot of different videos because I used to do audits all the time. Just like all these random different companies, like if you look up like SEO audit,
I mean, I've looked
pest
through your
control.
videos.
Like look at
I know
this.
you have a ton. Oh, okay.
I'm actually scared to see what this is like.
And is that like phase 2 and 3 as well, with like the updated templates
That
and
made
stuff?
sense. Just stick around.
Well, actually, this was how long ago was this? I don't even know. How do I even... Here, let me just click on that. Okay, 2017. So, look how I used to do audits, bro. Hold up. Look at this. Wait. Look at this, bro.
Well, dude, yeah, like, okay, listen. If Blizzard can re-release the exact same game and literally make a killing, we should just recycle all of your old videos and apply them with the new template, and we'll be golden. We don't have to think of new shit to do.
Oh my gosh. Like, let me read this
That
off.
looks
All right.
exhausting.
Optimize topical seeding and contextual link styles to make sure Google understands what pages should rank for what, and to make sure you don't get hit by Panda. Okay.
What is the contextual link silo?
So, like, basically I was saying here, like, on this website, they need to make sure that their keywords and their links are not all pointing to the same keywords. Like, they need to be... remember, so like this, for instance, this website, this is all the titles I'll show you. So if you look at all the titles, they look like basically exactly the same, right? So you don't want to do that because then you're gonna run into Google's algorithms that are gonna be like, oh, this site's not very unique. On Google My Business optimization, get rid of duplicate listings and make sure to fill out profile with pictures and consider geotagging. Okay, so we definitely don't geotag anymore because images with geotagging doesn't do anything. Change URL pointing to actual version of website. Okay, that's good. Continue to build out citations. Shoot for 100. That's good. Consider consolidating websites or not linking to all of each other. I guess they had 2 different websites. Consider doing review generation with Plepper, the Chase Reiner way. Yeah, so I used to have a tool called Plepper, which let you generate reviews really easily. I don't know if it still does it now. Let me see, because I know it stopped working for a little while. Let's see, Chase Reiner.
Is it like white hat or like gray hat?
No, it's white hat. Okay, maybe we'll try this other business because this one's not working. Let's try Roof Repair Squad.
Wait, real quick, I had a quick question.
Yeah.
How, like phase 2 is usually like benchmarking, like you said, like you kind of like benchmark their top 20 pages.
Yeah. What about it?
Like if you do implementations for someone, like you said, if their title tags are all the same and they have like 150 pages, would you fix all 150 of those? Or would you just fix the top 20 pages that you're benchmarking?
No, I would. So the reason why you benchmark and fix the top 20 pages is because, like, look, let's say you started optimizing down here. There's like literally not even data for these pages, meaning like there's like 0 impressions, 0 clicks, you know. So the point, again, remember, so what's the point of optimizing something, right? Not just to make it better for you, not just like optimizing pages to make your website better, get more clicks, but you're optimizing based on making what's already out there better. So usually things with 0 clicks like this, it's not even close to the even like this isn't even close to what people are looking for let's say this, right?
Gotcha.
So the point is, so what I'm trying to say is, like, if you're going to try to optimize this, it's probably a lot more than just changing a title tag or just adding a link or something. Where with up here with your benchmarks, it could be like changing the title tag could lead to a, you know, let's say a 3 or 4% increase in click-through rates, could be, you know, a complete quadruple in traffic, or not quadruple, but, you know, a large increase in traffic. Yeah.
This is like the title 1 and meta description. You would just like go in, update those in Yoast.
Wait, yeah. Well, yeah. How else would you update it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I didn't know like if that was supposed to be like the H1 tag and then like the description or something.
The click-through rate? The click-through rate has to do with the amount of people who view the website on Google divided by the amount of people who click on it.
Oh, okay. My bad. I thought I was getting confused with the title being the H1 on the page. Now
No.
I know what you're doing.
Well, the title can also be the H1. That's what you usually want the title to be, the H1, because the thing is that when somebody hits the website after they clicked on it, you kind of want that to be the same thing as what they clicked on. Like, you want the heading to be the same thing. Otherwise, like, let's say you were like, oh, come to Roof Repair Squad with our 205-star reviews, and then like your header says like, we have 5 reviews or something. You know, that's gonna like really confuse people.
Yeah. Gotcha.
But yeah,
Sorry,
a lot of this.
We were back on the pest control.
No, yeah, but a lot of this stuff is like.
Is that before you even had the template?
Yeah, so this is how I used to do it. When I first started, I would just I would just get websites and I would eyeball all of it. I would just be like, just based on memory, I'd be like, all right, you need to do this, you do that, you do this, which looked really cool because people are like, how the
Were
hell
you
is he
getting
thinking of all of this?
like were you getting paid for this still?
Oh yeah, these are all the websites you used to work with. Yeah, so I mean, people were paying me, I think $300 an audit, and I was getting about, no, they were paying me $249 an audit, and I was getting about, I don't know, 3 to 4 audits per week at that rate, maybe more. Um, and yeah, I was just doing this a bunch. And the thing was, is I was like, dude, I'm saying the same shit over and over. Why don't I just templatize this? So like, yeah, like a year later, I wound up
That's a good
templatizing it.
revelation.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, a lot of these people actually hate me now.
You're like, fuck.
This guy
Really?
hates me. This guy hates me. A lot of these people who were my friends back in the day do not like me at all now.
Like friends or clients?
Well, not clients, but people who used to watch me on YouTube.
Why? Is there any like specific reason?
Uh,
Is it because you're giving away too many insider secrets?
well, um, a lot of people would when they started out, they were learning from the stuff I was teaching, and then I think they got sort of good at SEO or quote unquote sort of good, whatever you want to call it. And I think that's when they kind of started thinking about, well, I'm better than Chase kind of thing, and then kind of started hating me. So, but it happens. I've had so many people in the last like 3 or 4 years just hate me. Yeah.
Snakes in the grass.
Oh my gosh, my cat's climbing on my keyboard. But yeah, you can't. It's a shady industry. A lot of and the thing is too is when you're doing an agency, a lot of people actually you teach them all this stuff. Like for instance, like let's say all this stuff I taught you. Let's say you didn't pay me for it, and I was like hoping that you'd work for me or something, and let's say like 3 or 4 months later after us doing this like every day, you're like, hey Chase, I'm gonna go start my own company. That happened to me so many times, dude.
Oh man. Yeah, dude, it's like you give away such valuable information to people that you're training, and then they just want to leave and go do their own thing, I guess, or something. Feel
Which
like they're
is
not getting paid enough.
I totally get that though. Like, I mean, for me, like when I was at my agency, the one that I got hired at originally, they were paying me $20 an hour, and like that's nothing compared to how much money you can make. Like, these days I'm making more like, $500 an hour doing this stuff. So it's like, what's the point in
Yeah.
what's the point in working for a company when you can make that kind of money?
Yep. It's a good point. Definitely want to be in charge of your time. Not selling it for $20 an hour.
I mean, if you're doing it for experience, it's worth it. But the thing is like I feel like it doesn't take that long to learn this stuff. Like you're already like you came in already kind of knowing this stuff, but like you're probably also learning a lot, right?
Oh, oh yeah. And I still have a lot to learn.
Yeah. The big like takeaway is like you're not really going to learn until you work with clients like heavily. Like you have to start just like really kind of diving into like doing the audits for them, getting like
Yeah.
your first sale, like doing that side of things, and like okay, because all of the best experience you're gonna get is from like getting your first $500 sale and getting your first $2,000 sale. Like that's when you like really kind of see how this stuff gets put together, and that's why I never liked watching like YouTube channels. Because a lot of the time, if you're like watching, like let's say like Brian Dean or something, or like Neil Patel or like whoever, what's gonna end up happening is like they're giving away like sort of good stuff. Like if we go and see, they're gonna be giving away like cool case studies and everything. But a lot of the time, when you get a $2,000 client, these tips that he's giving in this like 20-minute video is gonna have nothing to do with your $2,000 client and what you just said that you would said that you were going to do for them.
Yeah. Yeah, all the shit that Neil Patel puts out, It's like Costco level advice. Like,
It's straight up the Kirkland brand from Costco.
yeah, like it's not. It's I don't know. It's just so generic. You know, like
It's so generic,
man.
bro. He's just like,
I
guys, all you have to
like-
do is go to this website, type in online marketing, find the post. Okay, now you're just gonna click on these people. You're gonna send them an email, and then you're gonna ask them for a link. It's like, bro, come on. This is a 79,000 viewed video.
2008.
Yeah, like look at this.
Well, but when he gets like a company to pay him $25,000, do you think he's doing shit on his back end that he's not even like talking about on his videos?
Who?
Like they're doing stuff like Neil Digital or whatever.
Dude,
Like,
both of
his
them.
company charges insane amounts.
Both of them, like straight up, this is their game plan. They're like, okay, look, I know that without content you're not gonna rank, right? There's no way, and anybody can argue with me on this. If you have no content, there's literally no way to rank. Like that's just the end of the story. So everything starts with content, and like smart people realize that. They go, okay, well obviously content comes before everything else. So what Neil and Brian did is they're like, all right, well, if content comes before everything else, I'm going to focus first on Google, because if I can rank on Google, then I can basically sell advice about Google, because SEO is like the easiest thing to sell. Now, what they do is they go, okay, well, I'm going to go on YouTube as well, because that's super easy to rank for, and I can just, get more traffic and just do content on there. I'm just going to repurpose my content from Google to YouTube, because everything that they're ranking for on Google, they're also doing for YouTube. And then at that point, they're going to be like, all right, well, what do I have to do to get as much content on these two platforms as possible? Brian doesn't actually put that much content on YouTube, but he still puts a lot of effort into ranking on YouTube. And so what they do is they just go and like they pay a shit ton of money to get whatever they're doing like as highly publicized and published and designed and everything as possible. So like Brian and Neil both put like a shit ton of money into design and written content and images and like that kind of thing, so that when they post something, most of the stuff that's being written, I mean, I don't know about Brian, but I know definitely with Neil, like most of the content that's being written is not from him. Like it's just like people just writing out these mega posts. And again, all they're doing is they're just taking what's already ranking on Google, and they're just like they're just taking the thing. Like let's say they find keyword research,
mashing it all in.
and then what they're gonna do is they're just gonna find everything that's already ranking like this, and they're just gonna take all of it and put it into their post, but they're going to try to make it look like 1,000 times more complete. Like, look at this. Like, this is nuts. This is nuts, bro.
Yeah.
Like, this is nuts. God. And then once they do that, then they're like, okay, well, now I'm just going to use the authority that I'm creating. And, like, they're probably just reaching out and getting,
Have you ever actually read one of those from start to finish?
I mean, I've tried to. It's like hard, dude.
Is it actually good?
No, a lot of it.
I feel like it's just,
bro. Here,
like unnecessary.
Here's the part I was going to tell you. So, all that's happening is they're just repeating everything. So, like the reason why these are all
what skyscraper content is.
Basically, yeah. So you're basically just taking a building and adding 100 layers to it, so it becomes a skyscraper. But everything that Brian says here, he's just saying in his other posts as well. And it's like, same thing with his videos. He just repeats himself. And it's like, this isn't the complete guide. This is just a bunch of random information. Like, here's how you use freaking, look at this. Here's how you use SEMrush keyword research. Here's how you use Moz keyword research. Here's how you use Can I Rank keyword research. It's like, who the frick cares? Like, if this was a real complete guide, it would just be like one. It would just be like one, you know what I mean? But all they're doing is they're just taking. This is the secret. They're just taking their top tips for SEO or whatever they're doing, like the thing that they know the most about, they're putting it at the very front of the post. And then everything else they're just repeating, which is like, here's Moz keyword research tutorial. Here's, whatever else. And then they're just repeating other people's keyword research tutorials. Like this. This is literally Moz.
It's like 10 posts smashed into one.
Yeah, and then they're like, okay, now we're just going to put a shit ton of money into design and all this stuff to make it look super cool, even though it's literally, it's just a smashed together post with repeated shit and then just really good design. And it's not really that like unique. So at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is like, look, remember how I said originally, like, it's all about just figuring out what's already working and then just making it better. It's really true. Like if you want to rank for something, go within something that you think you can do. Like even my gaming website, guess what? Watch this. So Siphon King, Rust. All right, so where was it? The one that's getting all the traffic. Let me go to Ahrefs. This is all copied shit, dude. How to make a Rust server.
What, like?
Yeah, so this right here. No. Again, it's not about plagiarizing. It's about taking what's working and making it better.
Like, yeah, I got you.
So, like, how to make a Rust server. Like, we legit just learned it from this and then put it on here. And then, like, tried to make it better.
Gotcha. And you beat them?
I think so, yeah. No, actually, they're still number one. But, like, still number two isn't bad. And it's, like... And it's the same thing with YouTube shit. Like, yeah, people get pissed off like, oh, you can't, copy what other people do. You got to be unique. But it's like, look at, how to make X in Y days. Like, okay, that's not they're not, I guess that's not actually going to show up. But how to make money in this many days or something. How to make quick money online in 1 day online. How I made $450 in 1 day. Easiest ways to make money on $5 or $100 a day. 7 ways to make money fast. It's like, dude, there is more of this on the internet than there is like anything else because it's just the exact same thing. It's like these are all the same people. Every single one of these people are the same people. I mean, they're not the same people, but and it's the same. Rehashed. It's the same thing with our industry, with Neil Patel and Brian Dean and even me and all this shit. We're all doing the same shit, dude. It's because it works, right? That's why. It just works. But the way you beat people is you ideally want to stop trying to beat what's already really good. So, like, let's say, at a certain point, if things are so good, meaning that everybody's doing this, like Brian Dean and Neil Patel and all this shit, they're all doing the same shit. At a certain point, because it's so common, it actually becomes bad. So that's why I try to go this route, which is like being more transparent and just like doing like real shit. Because I feel like, again, at a certain point, it's like you can only do so much of that before people get like tired of it.
Right.
But who knows?
Well,
I don't know.
Like for the query that you put in, like, how to make money in Y day, like literally like 50 people that are all doing the same thing. If you had someone come to you and they were in position 29 and they wanted to get into the top 5, I mean, like, do you watch the top 3 or 4 videos? You kind of like take some notes of what they're doing and then you're like, okay, you need to remake this video and do this? Or because it's YouTube where you can't really like edit the video once it's uploaded, does it come down to just driving more engagement to that video? And that's how you'll end up like shooting it up.
So yeah, you would do the same thing you do with the website. So like, for instance, if somebody were to, do really well on YouTube, you wouldn't want to just figure out what they're doing on YouTube. You'd want to go and figure out what they're doing everywhere else. So like YouTube, if you want to do well on YouTube, don't just follow them on YouTube, follow them on, like, people don't realize this, but most people who do really well on YouTube are usually not just doing well on YouTube. Or people who do really well on websites, they're not usually just doing really well on websites or organic. People who are successful understand that success on one platform breeds success on another platform. So you want to utilize multiple platforms to really leverage being able to rank well. Also, it's just smart not just keeping your traffic in one place. So if I were anybody like trying to become successful on Facebook, YouTube, websites, whatever, take your top 5 competitors on the platform you want to do well and then see what they're all doing in common on multiple platforms, not just YouTube.
Yeah.
Or same thing with Google. If you want to see what, like if I wanted to rank for what Brian Dean, Neil Patel, all these people are on Google, then I'd want to figure out what are they doing really well successfully on all these platforms, not just Google, and then how can I manipulate, or not manipulate, but how can I figure out what they're That's the biggest thing about SEO, is find their vulnerabilities on platforms that they're not fully utilizing, and it's hard to think about because you're like, well, how am I ever going to figure that out? But if you do full analyses of these people, generally you're going to find things that they're not doing well, and things that you can easily take advantage of and make better.
Right. Like you could run an audit on their website.
Well, yeah, but again, not just auditing their website, auditing like their entire marketing strategy.
Yeah. Not so much like the foundational stuff, but like, I get what you mean. See, one of the problems too is like, I feel like finding your competition can be difficult sometimes, because if you're someone, or if you have a client that's like brand new and your competition is so big, like you've got 50 subscribers and your competition has 500,000 or 1 million, then do you want to like use the 5 people that have 500,000 to 1 million subscribers, or do you want to like try to, make your top 5 competitors in like the 50,000 subscriber range?
Well, like I said, a lot of people who have
the bubbles.
Like I said, a lot of people who have 5 million subscribers, or they're doing things that are really well on one platform, they could be really missing out on things that they're not doing well on other platforms. Like anytime let's say the bubbles, anytime somebody, let me just go show you. What is it? Agario. So anytime you're floating around and you're like trying to, let's say, grow another bubble, like let's say I was trying to go feed that guy. Let's say that was my other platform. That's me on YouTube. You're going to be losing like a certain part of this bubble. What I mean by that is because when you divert your attention to something else, what ends up happening is you're not able to spend as much time growing this bubble. So like, let's say I fed this one like that. Okay, well, he killed me anyways. So if somebody's doing really well on one platform, chances are there's going to be a lot of vulnerabilities on another platform because they're not able to spend as much time focusing on that. So like if we look at Neil Patel, there could be a ton of things that he's not taking care of on his website that you could probably optimize way better than he is and take over the ranking that he's not really, doing as well on. Like let's say something.
What is SEO?
Like let's say something that's like he just doesn't have time to focus on, that he's like probably losing rankings on, like, or even like let's say like let's say he has a 404 page on his website and he's losing a bunch of links, and then you like go contact all the people that are not linking to him anymore. Like there's tons of things that you can do to be innovative, that like look at how many links he's losing a day from like even like edu websites, and it could be because his pages are 404ing. A lot of the time it's not just one like simple thing. It's usually like thinking out of the box and figuring out things that they're probably not looking at because like they don't have the time to dive into stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that's something a skill that I'll gain over time as I work with more websites.
Like the reason why the Siphon King website was able to get a lot of uh, traction on Google is because a lot of the people who were playing Rust, none of them had websites. So I'm like, oh my god, all these keywords are like 0 difficulty. Which is why I started ranking for that stuff instead of trying to go and like compete with them on YouTube.
Yeah, true. And then like using your success off the website, you could drive that traffic over to your YouTube, and then it's like you just got a free boost on YouTube and you weren't competing with everybody on YouTube.
Right, you just take the traffic you're getting off the website and then you plug that into following on YouTube, and now you're going to start being able to compete with them because you thought outside the box instead of competing with them on their level initially. But
Gotcha.
anyways, man, it's getting late. I'll probably be on like
Yeah.
afternoonish tomorrow, maybe like 2 or 3. I gotta make gains. Obviously, I got a checklist. You know, it's what is it again? It's gains, money, keeping the girlfriend, that kind of thing. So I gotta keep care of those things first, and then
Happiness.
oh yeah, experiencing new things because I gotta go do paintball tomorrow and stuff. But yeah, bro.
I used to play a lot of paintball.
Nice.
Used to play in LA.
Nice.
Off the 5.
Nice.
They actually, I was on Facebook today and they were streaming the NPPL championships, I think, like the paintball championships. I think the competition's going on right now.
Nice. I gotta check
Yeah.
that out.
Yeah, paintball's a lot of fun. Paintballs are expensive though.
Yeah, so are the guns if you get the good ones.
I know. Used to have all the fancy stuff.
All right, bro. Well, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. I will just shoot me a message when you're done tomorrow. I'll be working,
Yeah, I will.
but we'll do some more stuff. And then what I'm gonna do right now is I can either export this CSV or I can just share a Google link with you.
Just
export it.
keep it, man. We'll just call him tomorrow and we'll just do a Zoom link and I'll let you present it and I'll just help you sell it.
Okay. Yeah, that works.
Yeah. We'll see if we can do it live too.
Okay. All right then. I will talk to you tomorrow, and good stuff today.
Yeah, no worries. All right, man. Talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Night.
All right, bye. All right, guys. Well, thank you all for joining today. Hope you enjoyed the stream. We'll be seeing you hopefully very soon. And until we see y'all next time, happy SEO and happy marketing. And have a good weekend. All right, bye.